developing countries. So the Commonwealth felt it's important to do this. I mean, if you have read articles about Africa, you can realize that there are a lot of university strikes. And young people at home, you enroll for a degree, 4 years degree, you spend 6 or 7 years to get a degree because of lack of engagement. So we looked at this sponsorship and we thought, e-learning is important, but what makes it sustainable within the concept of it? Hello? Can I see you? How are you? Then we then thought, how is the best way to deal with this? I thought, looking at developing countries, e-learning in Europe, does it look different from e-learning in developing countries? The answer may be yes or no, I don't know. Do you think e-learning is different in developing countries compared to what's in the UK?
Very different.
Very different. What makes it different?
What is different?
Yes.
It's different in teaching.
In teaching.
In training.
In training.
Like methodology.
Methodology as well.
Like plan.
Plan.
Like math.
Oh, it's a lot of knowledge here. That is absolutely right. It is different.
Yes, very different.
Because what we considered was challenges. What are those challenges? Power supply, one of the key challenges. How can you engage on e-learning, real-time e-learning without power supply? Then we then considered issues of having what you may call blended learning, where we develop CDs, and students collect the CDs of their programs, various units to be achieved. They can run them on their own kind of PC. Our next level, which we're now seeking funding for with some universities in Europe, is to look at the concept of using Audacity to download some learning application. So students can have it uploaded as MP3. MP3 files, they're jogging, they're listening to lectures. Makes life easier. So that's our new kind of approach. Why do we have to think of this approach? We thought of this approach because the concept of electricity in developing countries, here, electricity is everyday activity. And in developing countries, it's a luxury for you to have light 24 hours. I ring my dad sometimes and say, oh, the generator is getting tired, they can't really do anymore at night. When I was in Nigeria, I would have the generator on 24 hours. And sometimes after 2 or 3 days, it overheats, it breaks down in the midnight, and then I have to live the reality of life. Yeah, I forget my life in Europe, and I have to get on with the real life there. I've done that for a few weeks, and I stopped. Then whenever I have power, I enjoy it. When I don't have it, I don't have it. So what I've done now is to buy a solar panel from UK that I need to take with me next time. So I'll use my solar for my solar energy, so I can really have light over and over. We've never thought how to utilize solar panel or solar energy for e-learning. We're exploring opportunities for the government. I wrote a kind of communique to the Nigerian president recently, looking at how to change the direction of academic strike from higher education. And what my view was, first is to abolish all trade unions for higher education and have a unique trade union, one trade union for higher education. Because what happens in Nigeria is the university union have a strike. After 6 months, they stop. As soon as they stop, the polytechnics will start. As soon as they stop, the College of Education will start. So there's disruption over and over. So our studies have revealed there's a pattern here to obstruct governance. Not only that Nigeria have governance and leadership, but now they have obstructable governance. Sometimes intentional, sometimes not. So we're really looking at a new research paradigm that can enhance learning and using our new technique. This is just my preamble for you to explore, but we will really carry on working on this aspect. And from what Angelica answered is quite different. Then we thought the green concept of green technology will be very useful for e-learning within that kind of dimension. So we're bringing some new application. And IEEE quite interested in consumer electronics. We're looking at consumer deliverables using electronic model to be able to drive our e-learning parameters in developing countries. not only Nigeria, will roll this over Africa and see what happens in it. And that will be a job for Stefan before he ends off his presidency. I hope you make a promise here to visit Africa before the end of your presidency. That will be very useful. You have to commit. David is a press journalist from BBC. You are making a statement. Thank you very much. Okay, so here we go. Nice to see you, Casey. So that's really our kind of opening. We can roll over on activities and we can engage and discuss how we can utilize e-learning to stop and enhance learning in developing economies. Not only Africa, some other parts of Europe still trying to brush up and catch up with things. People think Africa is quite behind. Some part of Europe, some part of Africa are quite advanced more than them, especially Ghana and Nigeria are quite very fast in a lot of ways things are happening. So if you don't do business in those areas, you're invited to do business in Africa because the rate of growth in Nigeria is very, very fast, more than most other countries. And it's a business opportunities for you, especially in education. And I think consumer electronics should build on those kind of platforms to roll over some software and see what we can do in enhancing learning in those areas. So I think I'll stop there, and I will invite, who to go first? Are you okay now to talk? Oh, great. Okay, you just...
How much time do I have?
You have 20, how long do you want to speak for?
Oh, I'm easy, I can adjust.
Can you speak for 3 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you just speak for 20 minutes or 25, or you want to do more?
20 minutes? About half an hour.
Half an hour, okay. I just want you to choose your time. As a president, I don't have to give you time.
I just need to upload it.
Okay.